Yellowstone has become a huge TV hit. And today we're going to unpack what makes this show so captivating. It's a neo-Western drama about the Duttons, a Montana ranching family fighting to protect their land and their way of life.
The show's popularity is intriguing. It seems to have struck a chord with the viewers who are drawn to its portrayal of family legacy, power struggles, and this changing landscape of the American West. It's more than just cowboys and horses.
Kevin Costner's performance as the patriarch, John Dutton, really sets the stage. He brings that classic stoic cowboy persona to life, but with a complexity that's fascinating to watch.
Costner's on-screen presence is undeniable. He lends a sense of weight and authenticity to the character.
His departure from the series at the end of Part 1 of Season 5 caused such a stir with viewers. It really makes you think about the impact of his performance on the show's success.
What is it about Westerns that draws people in?
Whether they're longtime fans or new to the genre.
Westerns often tap into a sense of nostalgia for a simpler time, even if that time never really existed. The vast landscapes, the rugged individualism, the fight for survival against the elements, it's all very romantic and appealing. Yellowstone manages to update these themes for a modern audience without losing that core appeal.
The family dynamics within the Dutton family are also a huge part of the show's draw. And it's not all sunshine and roses. You've got power struggles, betrayals, and some really intense characters that drive the drama.
Like Beth.
Beth, the daughter. She's sharp-tongued and ruthless. Casey, the son, is trying to find his place. Jamie, the adopted son, is always seeking approval. And then there's Rip, the loyal enforcer who is like a son to John Dutton.
It's almost Shakespearean.
The way their relationships play out.
The writing really shines when it focuses on these character-driven moments. Taylor Sheridan, the show's creator, doesn't shy away from difficult topics or moral ambiguity. He makes you think about loyalty, family, and what we're willing to do to protect the things we value. One example is the relationship between Beth and Jamie. It's a tangled web of resentment and ambition that stems from a dark secret in their past. That kind of complexity is what keeps viewers engaged.
And you can't talk about Yellowstone without mentioning the incredible scenery. The show is visually stunning.
The vast landscapes
And beauty of Montana
are a character in themselves.
They're not just pretty pictures, though.
The cinematography is deliberate and enhances the storytelling, the way they capture the grandeur of the setting, and then contrast it with the intimate moments of the characters.
It's really masterful.
Yellowstone also delves into contemporary issues that ranchers face today, like land development and political maneuvering. It's not just a romanticized version of the West.
It's that blend of classic Western tropes and modern-day realities that makes the show so compelling. It gives viewers a glimpse into a world that most of us are unfamiliar with.
And the writing keeps things interesting. The pacing, the unexpected twists, the exploration of complex themes, it's all very cleverly done.
But it's interesting to note that Yellowstone hasn't been universally loved by critics.
Some critics argue that the show relies too heavily on melodrama and violence. They find fault with its tendency to lean into those classic Western stereotypes.
For the fans, though, those elements are part of what makes the show so enjoyable. It's a matter of perspective. Some people find those elements to be authentic and entertaining, while others find them to be over the top.
It raises the question of what truly defines a successful show.
Critical acclaim or audience engagement. And in the case of Yellowstone, it seems to be the latter. Millions of people are tuning in every week.
And that speaks volumes. The show's creators have capitalized on its popularity by expanding the Yellowstone universe with prequels like 1883 and 1923.
1883 takes us back to the very beginning of the Dutton family saga.
While 1923 explores another generation of Duttons facing their own unique challenges, these spin-offs add even more depth and intrigue to the overall narrative, giving us a fuller picture of this family's history.
And with Kevin Costner leaving Yellowstone, we're getting a new chapter in the saga with a sequel series called The Madison.
It'll be interesting to see how they navigate the narrative without Costner's character. These prequels and sequels allow viewers to really dive deeper into the Dutton family history.
It's clear that Yellowstone has become a cultural phenomenon. It's sparking conversations about modern Western life, land ownership, and family legacies. It's a show that has people talking.
And that's always a sign of its impact. The show's influence extends beyond the screen. Yellowstone has had a noticeable impact on fashion trends, with people embracing that Western aesthetic. It's also led to a surge in tourism to Montana as fans want to see those breathtaking landscapes for themselves. And the show's soundtrack has introduced a new generation to country music.
So as Yellowstone comes to a close, the big question is, will its exploration of timeless themes combined with this expanding universe, cement its place in television history.
Only time will tell if it achieves that legendary status. But it's certainly a show that has captured the spirit of the times. It's entertaining, thought-provoking, and visually stunning, and it has sparked a real cultural conversation.
This has been a really interesting look at what makes Yellowstone so popular. Now, for those of you who are intrigued and want to experience the world of the Duttons for yourselves, you can watch Yellowstone and all of its spin-offs, including the upcoming sequel series, The Madison, on Prime Video. And right now you can sign up for a 30-day free trial using the link in the description. Trust us, once you step into the world of Yellowstone, you'll be hooked. We want to hear your thoughts. Have you seen Yellowstone? What resonated with you the most? Let us know in the comments below. We love hearing from our fellow Yellowstone fans.
Yellowstone manages to blend classic Western archetypes with modern storytelling in a way that feels both familiar and fresh. Take John Dutton, for instance. He's the quintessential strong, silent cowboy, but he's also burdened by the weight of responsibility for his family and their legacy.
It's that blend of stoicism and vulnerability that makes him such a compelling character. And he's not the only one. The supporting characters are just as complex and well-developed.
Like Rip.
Rip, for example. He's a fascinating study in contrasts. He's fiercely loyal to John and the ranch, but capable of incredible violence.
Rip is a product of his environment. He's seen the dark underbelly of that world, and he's willing to do what's necessary to protect those he cares about. He's a reminder that even in a romanticized vision of the West, there are harsh realities.
Beth is another character who sparks a lot of debate. She's brilliant and capable, but also deeply troubled, often driven by a need for revenge.
Beth's sharp edges are a shield, a way of protecting herself from the pain she's endured. She's a survivor, and her unpredictability makes her one of the most captivating characters on the show.
And then you have Case, torn between his loyalty to the family and his desire for a simpler life with his wife and son. He represents a more modern sensibility, struggling to reconcile his family's legacy with his own values.
Casey embodies that internal conflict between tradition and modernity, a tension that runs throughout the series. It's a struggle that many viewers can probably relate to in their own lives.
Yellowstone doesn't shy away from exploring complex issues. The show delves into Native American culture and the ongoing tensions between the Duttons and the nearby Broken Rock Reservation.
The show tackles issues of land rights and the clash of cultures, highlighting both historical and contemporary conflicts in the American West. Chief Thomas Rainwater, the leader of the reservation, is a powerful figure who challenges John Dutton's worldview. Both men are fighting for the survival of their people and their way of life, but their approaches are vastly different.
The show has definitely sparked conversations about the challenges facing both ranchers and Native American communities in the West today. It's a testament to the show's ability to engage with real-world issues in a way that resonates with viewers.
Yellowstone has become a cultural phenomenon for a reason. It's visually stunning, emotionally resonant, and it explores universal themes of family, legacy, and power.
It blends those classic Western elements with a modern sensibility and complex characters that you can't help but be drawn to.
The world that Taylor Sheridan has created is rich with storytelling potential. It's exciting to see how he'll continue to explore the Dutton family saga.
For those of you who are late to the Yellowstone party,
Don't worry, there's still time to catch up. Some viewers see it as a romanticized view of a bygone era,
while others see a realistic portrayal of the challenges facing rural communities today.
It's a show that invites different interpretations, which contributes to its appeal. It doesn't shy away from tough questions about land ownership, conservation, and the clash between tradition and progress, offering no easy answers.
Yellowstone weaves these complex issues into a narrative that still delivers those satisfying Western elements.
The sweeping landscape,
The horseback riding, the tension of a good standoff.
It's a skillful blend of old and new, creating something that feels both familiar and fresh. The quality of the production, from the writing and acting to the cinematography, is top-notch. Yellowstone has raised the bar for television.
This is a show that will be discussed for years to come, not just for its entertainment value, but for the conversations it has started.
Yellowstone has made a lasting impact on our culture, and as this universe expands, its legacy will continue to evolve.
As we wrap up our look at Yellowstone, we're left with a sense of anticipation for what's to come, and a touch of sadness that the main series has ended.
Yellowstone has given us a story that will stay with us.
If you haven't experienced the world of the Duttons, yet we encourage you to watch Yellowstone. You can find it all on Prime Video. And don't forget about that 30-day free trial. The The link is in the description.
We think you'll be captivated.
As always, we'd love to hear your thoughts. What did you think of Yellowstone? Let us know in the comments below. Until next time, happy watching.